Peter Obi reacts to Soludo's allegation of valueless investment. The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi has responded to a statement made by the Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Soludo, that the investments he, Peter Obi, made when he was governor amount to nothing. So Obi clarified that he saved funds for the Anambra State government at the end of his tenure because he wanted it to serve as takeoff money for his successor, Willie Obiano, and for some federal projects which his administration did not have permission to handle. Soludo spoke on Thursday during an interview with Channels Television's Politics Today when asked about his perspective on the investment of government outside the public sector with reference to Obi as a former governor. Reacting to Soludo's comment, Obi said on Friday, "I saved 48,629,473,469 naira in local currency, some of which we tied to specific projects like payment of 2-year salary of civil servant we employed for him not to be encumbered, Agulu and Onisha Hotel, Oka and Nnewi malls, and some critical roads like the completion of the dualization of the dual carriage road over which we had got permission to do so and be paid back by the federal government. So we also left some for him to continue what we were doing aggressively on the $156 million, all right, which is about 27 billion naira at that time and about 75 billion naira today when the yields are added." Obi explained the purpose thus. "After our study of the Chinese phenomenal achievement as we were coming to the end of MDGs, we learned that the Chinese regional government were able to attract a number of investments because of the ability to contribute or partner with the investors in setting up productive facilities within their regions. For example, some of them effectively made equity contributions of 10 to 20%, which they were able to achieve due to their robust savings. So our calculation was that if the state would be able to save a particular amount, $18 to $20 million, as we did in 8 years up until 2030 at the average interest rate of a little over 6%, we would be able to achieve about $1 billion in savings and earnings. So we would then use about 50% of this amount to attract investment, considering that the average Chinese small and medium-scale enterprise, for example, was set up with about $2 million. Obi added that his goal was that if he could invest 25% in each enterprise, which was $500,000, it would benefit 1,000 SMEs facilities scattered all over Anambra. And according to him, this will jumpstart aggressive economic growth within the state, especially as income from oil is coming to an end. Wow, Peter Obi, mathematician. So he has proven Soludo wrong that the investment he made in the state, the savings he made in the state when he was leaving office did not come to nothing because he made some projections and made those savings, and he made those savings toward the end of the tenure. So not that he abandoned critical projects to make savings. He also executed the projects, but he said he made the savings to be able to give Obiano a smooth takeoff and to be able to continue some of the projects that they were already doing and some that they didn't get permission from government to start, so that Obiano will be able to start them. And Obi has given some mathematical projections that if the service were managed, comparing it to how China small and medium scale enterprises managed to thrive. That was the kind of idea he got from studying China's progress by making those savings. Unfortunately, Soludo is saying that all the savings and all the things that Peter Obi was talking amounts to nothing as of today. Now, should Peter Obi be blamed for that? That is the question to answer. He handed over government to Obiano with all those savings and everything. So the question is, what did Obiano do with those savings? And what did Obiano do throughout his tenure in the state? Obiano handed over to Soludo. So is Soludo supposed to talk about Peter Obi or talk about Obiano, even when the Channels television anchorman put Soludo on the spot? He would have used his brain to tell the anchorman, say, my friend, I didn't take over government from Peter Obi, I took over government from Obiano. So this is what Obiano left for me. This is how I met the state. That should have been a wise answer. If it's Peter Obi would have known how to respond to that kind of answer. But unfortunately, Soludo fell into that trap and was talking about Peter Obi rather than talking about Obiano that handed over office to him. Now, wow, common sense not common at all. If common sense was common, everybody forget them. So this is what other people are having to say here. All right. Somebody is saying Obi is a failure. Check out during Obi administration. How was education? How was security? How was employment and other infrastructure development in Anambra State compared to other states? Then you will know that Obi is a failure. So why are you comparing other states? You should compare what happened in Anambra State between Obi's tenure, the previous tenure before Obi entered. That is why you measure his performance. All right? You are not measuring his performance across the country. You are measuring his performance within the state. All right? His predecessors versus him. And now and then himself and his successors as well. All right? So you cannot base it on other states. If you compare to other states, you see that Anambra State is still better than several other states as well. All right? There are some states you go to today, you will see anything happening in those states. You will not see anything happening in those states. If there are some states you go to, you compare what they have achieved versus the allocation they got from federal government for the period, you will know that they stole your allocations. Because if you are getting, let's say you are getting 100,000 naira as allocation, and you are doing a job of 5,000 naira, all right, where is the other 95,000? That is the question we'll be asking states like Delta State, like Bayelsa State, like Akwa Ibom State, all right, and some other states where they are getting humongous allocation from federal government every month, and we cannot see the effect of that on ground. Rather, they use it to go and carry out alignment with the houses for political inclusion. Wow. All right. So another person is saying Soludo is a disappointment. Yeah, because he didn't use his common sense. They gave him an interview that he should have answered intelligently, and he missed it. A real one. Imagine a professor of economics trying to bring down a fellow Igbo like him because of politics. I know secretly he may be supporting him. Let us not conclude. Criticisms are to bring out good response from Obi. Well, you never can tell. It can be positive, it can be negative. All right. Soludo would have said that because of jealousness against Peter Obi having jettisoned Abga and other parties in the state and PDP to go and join Labour Party. All right. So it can also be that he's doing it publicly as if there's issue, but underground supporting him as well. But we need to see that in play before we know whether it is true or not. All right. So that is a response Peter Obi has to give Soludo in that comment where he said that all the investment that Peter Obi made, all the savings he made, worth or amounts to nothing or are worthless as of today. Peter Obi has come out to defend that, and Soludo has not given a counter response to Peter Obi's response as well. So we're waiting for that, whether it will happen or not. But Peter Obi has defended himself, and that's one intelligent thing he's always doing. When you say something about him, he will counter it, and he will come out with a response, and see how that goes on. Like the issue of the fact that he was given a free piece of land, and that has been circulating in the media. Even when Peter Obi went to Benin, he told the Oba, when Oba asked him about the land, and he told the Oba that he did, yes, but he returned the land. So let somebody come out and claim that he did not return the land, because they know that the land was probably to buy his conscience. All right. So he has come out publicly to say now, Peter Obi himself, to say now that if they can prove that they gave him land and he's still holding back on that land without returning it, that he himself will quit his political campaign and career. But nobody has also come. This man keeps challenging the public, and nobody is coming out with anything substantial. That is one thing that is so spectacular about Peter Obi. So he's sure of himself. He gives the number. They say he's giving fake economic number. Come and prove it with number. Now, number speaks to numbers. All right? He will tell them that the records are there for you to check. Go and check and come back. People will not check and come back, and they just keep speculating things about him. Obi carry go jare, obedient forever. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comments below.